computer. We're good. All right, so Jackie's on here with us. And okay, so concealer and under eye corrector. So we have several shades of concealer. Who would use concealer and why would you concealer? And then which one would you use before and after? This is where I get confused too, Jackie.
Absolutely. So, and yes, this is definitely a common question that we get. So your under eye corrector or corrector in general, you can use this all over your face. It doesn't just have to be under your eye. And you guys, be nice to me. I didn't put makeup on yet. I still have my eyes, but I don't have any foundation on because I wanted you guys to see kind of like a side-by-side comparison of what I do with the concealer and the under eye corrector. So a peach corrector or an orange corrector, anything with peach in it is going to counteract blue. So what do we usually have under our eyes as darkness? A lot of times it's purpley, it's blue. And so a peach under eye corrector is going to help help to neutralize that blue in the skin. Another thing that peach is good for is for dark spots on the face. I'm really freckly, not sure how well you can see that, but my light's blinding me. But I have a lot of freckles and they've gotten a little worse. So they've turned into more sunspots, like hyperpigmentation over the years with all my sun exposure. So what I like to do first is I like to come in with my under eye corrector, and I don't like to overdo it because I don't want it to be cakey in this area. So I took I just did kind of 3 little dots. I also get red here. This is good for this area here. If you have any redness in your chin area, which a lot of us do, I kind of do like a little, and then I kind of do a few dots because I'm so freckly. I just kind of put it where, because I'm going to come back in and I'm going to tap it into the skin. So once I've done that, I'm going to come in with, since this is a larger area, I like to use a larger sort of flat brush for these areas. I just press it into the skin. I don't want to overly rub it because I want it to actually sit on my skin. I don't want to.
This is the under eye corrector on your face.
This is the corrector on my face.
And without foundation on. This is just clean skin.
Correct.
Okay. And can dark skin use this also? Bronze skin?
So the trick here is probably not, depending on how dark the skin is. But what I recommend for a darker skin tone is something that's more orange or red. I know one of the kind of hacks that I have used as a makeup artist, because I don't have a darker color corrector for a darker skin tone, is I will use a red lipstick as a corrector. That's kind of a little makeup hack. So I'm just pressing that into the skin. Then for my under eye area, I like to come in with the cream eye concealer brush, which again is a flat brush, but it's a smaller area that I'm doing. So I'm just going to press it in using this brush. And I just press it in.
So this is for people who have blue underneath your eyes or black, dark circles, things like that.
Yeah.
Underneath. Okay.
Yeah, any darkness. I forgot I was only doing one side. Okay, so that's my peach corrector. So you can already see the difference if you look this side to that eye. So it's already looking better. Then there are a lot of different schools of thought, and you kind of have to play with it and see what works best for you. Then what I like to do is I like to come in with my foundation, because and I apply my foundation all the way up to where I just applied my corrector, and I'll tell you why here in a sec. That's not the right brush. Here we go. So I've got my foundation brush. Okay. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to stipple it, because I just did all that hard work with my corrector. I don't want to undo all of that. So I'm just stippling it in. I'm going all the way up here, because what's going to happen is once I've got my foundation on top of that corrector, a lot of times what you'll find is that you don't need as much concealer as you think you do, because more product in that area is going to just cause creasing, right? So I'm stippling it because I don't want to wipe away my corrector. Okay. So you can see the difference there. So now I'm going to come in, because I still see a little bit of darkness that I don't love under my eyes. And the best way to figure out what concealer that is best for you is to go 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. I like to do just one shade lighter, and the only reason for that is because I don't want to have such a different, like a contrast between the rest of my face and under my eyes. But it's whatever makeup is subjective. It's whatever makes you feel good. So I just come into, and I know there's a lot of different techniques here, but again, for me, I'm a little more conservative. So I'm going to kind of tap it in the area where I feel like I need it, which is always like right here.
And this is your concealer.
This is my concealer. Yeah. So I use this is actually the deep beige. So again, this is a small area of my face. So I'm going to come in, tap, tap, tap very gently. I like to go right here.
Tell me why people say use concealer underneath versus over, correcting concealer,
Yeah, it's really, so the difference with a concealer versus a corrector. So a corrector has color in it that's going to help neutralize an otherwise problem on your face. So for example, I'm sure you've seen yellow concealers are really good at neutralizing red. Green is really good at neutralizing a red. And so it all really depends on, not everybody necessarily needs a corrector, and maybe not everybody needs a concealer either. But for me, the darkness under my eyes and just some of the patchiness that I've just collected over the years, to me, my skin just looks better when I do a little bit of that work to just correct and conceal. And then as far as the order in which you do it, the reason why I kind of like putting the corrector on first, see how it looks, then I add my foundation, see how it looks. There are some days where I don't need as much concealer as others. So that's kind of how I decide. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. And then do you powder over it?
So, okay, thank you so much for saying that. So there is a makeup hack that we're seeing, and this is like a new trend that we're seeing right now, is to help with the creasing in the eye area after you put on your concealer. They're literally taking their doe foot applicator and dipping it into a loose powder. So whether that's a translucent powder or that's like the setting powder that matches your skin tone, they're dipping this directly into, like you've poured your powder in the lid and actually putting it in there and kind of mixing it up, and then they're applying it that way. And then they come back in and they tap, tap, tap with their brush. And that is supposedly helps with a little bit of some of that creasing that you can see in that eye area. And also, since you're using a powder, it's helping to set it.
Okay. So do you powder your whole face then or not?
I am not much of a powder girl. When I'm a powder girl, what I like better is like a good beauty blotter. So if I'm looking a little shiny, I just do. I'm not a big powder girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I have 20 of those open someplace. So literally not kidding. So I'm a powder girl. All right. So concealer. So again, we have 5 different shades from the lightest to the darkest. It goes, the first is your under eye corrector for blueness and other areas on. So you got to basically spot it on your face then.
Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah. And, depending on what I'm doing that day, I'll go a little heavier handed, and there's also other fun things you can do with concealers, especially a darker concealer. Let's say you only have so much room in your purse. You grab one brush and you grab, a mascara, a gloss, and you don't want to have it. You don't have room for a compact or anything. You grab a darker skin tone concealer. You can use it for contouring. You can use it to give yourself a little bit of colors. So there's a lot you can do with concealers. Okay,
so do you have dry, normal, or combination skin? What's your skin type?
It's normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I was just wondering, because I always love to do those kinds of things, but I'm like, okay, wait, what? So I get a little confused with the concealer and because the concealer comes in lots of shades and the under eye corrector comes in one. So for those of you who have, person who would use this is people who have blue, blue or black underneath the eye area, where most of it is, and then in some other areas. Like I have a lot of red in my cheeks, and I sometimes will put a lighter foundation and a darker over it. So maybe I should use the concealer or the under eye corrector there.
You could use the corrector for that, or that's what I would recommend, because that's going to actually neutralize that color that's in your skin instead of just instead of just covering up, it's going to actually neutralize it.
Okay, perfect. Well, I know that you've got a couple fun tips and tricks to give out also too, but before you do that, we're going to talk about eyeshadows. Now, how many of you tried Mary Kay back in the day when we used to mix it with water? Are any of my water girls out there? Okay, y'all, y'all know what I'm talking about? Jackie, I don't know if you were in when we used to do that. Yes? No?
I think I just missed it. I just
Okay,
missed it.
so what I want to share with all of you when we're talking about eyeshadows, okay? Yes, do y'all remember that? Okay, so I am so old school that I can't figure it out. But what I love, how many of you have ever out there seen, Jackie, you've talked to somebody and then they to close their eyes a little bit and you saw all their eyeshadow inside the crease and it all kind of, you know, from the oils that your eye automatically sheds the oils and it's getting all that, you know, in the crease. So I've never had that problem. So I want you to know, if you have not done this already, and I brought my brush tonight and it's somewhat wet, is you guys, what I love about the Mary Kay Chroma Fusion is you can mix and blend your own colors. And still to this day, I have a little bit of water on this right now. See, I've already got that on there. And you guys can really mix and match color with all this and just do it with water. Now, the reason I like it because I lock it in and it stays all day. So for those of you who are loved to create your own colors, like you can tell I wear mostly neutrals and just plain colors, but I don't get too bright. It makes me a little crazy, but I love because sometimes I'll mix the colors together and I love that. And now, so the other thing that you can do, and Jackie, I know you're going to share some tips, is if you've got your eyeshadow on, dip your brush in water, but you cannot make it, it has to be like hardly damp at all, like no hardly any water, and then go over your eyeshadow and it locks it in all day. I never have to reapply my eyeshadow because I still am old school and put it on. So if you guys have not done, I know, but I'm telling you, my eyeshadow is put on with water. Right, there it is.
It always looks amazing, and it always it always looks beautiful. Like it, yeah.
I put mine on with
trick.
water this morning at 6 a.m. I didn't touch it up because I can. And so if you have not, for those of you who are consultants or guests and you have our Chroma Fusion eyeshadows, you guys mix it with water. You can also do that. I spray my brush with finishing spray and lock in the color. That's another way you can do that too. So I just want to say that all of our Chroma Fusion, and not all eyeshadows you can do this with, but I love our Chroma Fusion because sometimes the black onyx is like super black, but I can make it a different color by just adding. And I really think the crystalline, which is the white colored eyeshadow, what I love about, and I have about 6 of these, but I love this one because you can make all these colors lighter. And you know, so that way it makes it really easy. So I don't know if you have any extra little tips on that too, but.
No, I love that tip. And I love how everybody's chiming in with so many different thoughts. And somebody said something about using the different Chroma Fusion eyeshadows to create different eyeliner looks, which I absolutely love. Like the onyx that you were talking about, that one, when I've been in a pinch and couldn't find my black eyeliner, I will wet the angled end of a brush and I will dip in an onyx and I can create a really nice line.
Yeah.
That crystalline, the other thing, you guys, that's so much fun too, is with the eyeshadows, those are safe to put on other areas of the face, right? If it's safe for the eye, it's probably going to be safe for the cheeks. So like crystalline, for example, I know a lot of people who maybe were like, oh, you know, the highlighter shades, the actual highlighting powders, that's, you know, I really want something more, you know, crystalline. Crystalline is a really great product to tap here where you would highlight. It's great for here. So all the places that you would put a highlighter, that color is really great for. The other thing too that I do a lot is to prime my eyelids before I apply my Chroma Fusion is I'll put down either a liquid eyeshadow or the concealer. Concealer is so multi-use, you guys. I'll put the concealer there, let it dry, and I'll put my eyeshadow on top of it. And again, it stays all day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so old school. I mean, literally, I mean, like when I travel, and how many of you guys have ever traveled and left your brow products at home and you think, oh, what am I going to do? So you take one of the brushes and you take a little brown and you create your brow. It's super easy to do that way too. But I love the fact that you guys can mix and blend these. So some of you guys are painters, or maybe you're not painters, but it doesn't matter. You can do that. And that's what I have loved about our Chroma Fusion. So if you guys have not done that, I think concealer is your friend. Somebody put that in there too, which is really, really great too. So I do want to leave you with that other tip. And then I do want to give you one more tip, and then I'm going to turn over to Jackie on some different things that she is going to share tonight also too, is lip liner. Our new waterproof lip liner, which I have which one do I have on right now? I beige nude on. Believe it or not, I have beige nude on. Okay. But I had put this on and I love our waterproof liners. And so I just want to share with you guys, I put this liner on and it's waterproof, and Jackie, it stays on all day. So sometimes people say, you know, my lipstick goes off and things like that. So I wanted to share some colors with you, but beige nude is what I have on. People are like, that does not look beige nude, but this is beige nude. But what I love about this is it's waterproof and it stays on all day. Now, how many of you like a really moisturizing lipstick? So our lipsticks do have vitamin E in some of them, but this is more matted, and sometimes I don't feel like I have lipstick on. And I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I have lipstick on. So I do want to share some colors because I love the colors of this, and I wanted to share them with you guys. And I wanted to share some really fun ones with you too. So if you can see these, like a lot of times I will just keep in my purse, or when I travel, a hot pink, a beige nude, and maybe something else. But I love the hot pink. It is
My favorite.
amazing. Isn't that great color? Oh my gosh, I love hot pink. And I sometimes just take that. It is so easy to travel with a hot pink lip liner. The other thing is my lipstick, if I want to go over it, stays on longer because I put that underneath. But I love it, you guys, because they're waterproof and they stay on and they last and they're super moisturizing. But hot pink is my favorite. Is that your favorite too, Jackie?
It's my favorite. Yep. I like to add, I put that all over my lips. I'll put Very Raspberry on top of it, or I'll just do hot pink with maybe a sheer illusion lip gloss on top of it.
Okay.
It's just so pretty.
Yeah, I do. I love the liners. Okay, every guest who's on here, do you have a favorite color? Look really quick. If you could get one for free tonight, which one would you take? Rose is nice too. And I think red is, you have to be either wearing red or white or something like that. Anybody have a favorite? Mauve nude? Yeah, I love mauve nude. There we go. There we go. Red, truffle nude, hot pink, berry. Yeah, they're great. So I just want to encourage you as a guest to get a couple of these from your consultants. They're not expensive at all, but these are really fun to travel with. They last. They have a automatic sharpener on the other end, so you can sharpen them. I mean, it's just really a great opportunity for you to have some really, look at all the different colors everybody loves. But I love that. And you know, the great thing about Mary Kay is they have the automatic sharpener on this end. So you pull the little plug out on the other end and then you sharpen it if you want to. And you know what's so great about this too, Jackie, is for those of you who have small upper lips, you can line above. And if you have a bigger lip like mine, I line inside and then fill it in. But these lip liners, these waterproof lip liners are amazing. All right, what other tips do you have tonight before we get into concealer and contouring?
So I'm glad you just said about just to make your lips look a little bit larger. Another trick that you can do is, and this is using our contour powders, is you can create a larger looking lip by going, like you could definitely fill in your whole lip with a lip liner, but then going above a little bit and creating a line above that with a small brush and a contour powder.
Okay.
Is another way to make your lips look fuller, which I've been doing recently, and it really makes a difference to me. But, and just as far as helping you get a longer lasting lip look, a couple of things that you can do. First is a lip scrub or some sort of a little lip mask to just, you know, exfoliate the lips. Sometimes we forget that, you know, it's the skin, it's different than the rest of your skin, but it does need a little bit of self-care. So doing a little scrub, you get rid of that, then you can use either a concealer or foundation on your lips to kind of prime, let that dry down. Then you go in with your all over the lip liner. Then you add your lipstick, then you blot with like a tissue, apply again, blot again, and add like a little powder. And that lip is going to last you. That's like a stage makeup. That's like that being on camera makeup. That's going to last you all day.
That's great. And those are some things that I always tell people who are on here, I'm a one and done kind of girl. Once I put my makeup on in the morning, I don't want to have to touch it up, do it up, or anything. So yeah. And that's why I like my watered eyeshadow. I want everybody's going to go into their Chroma Fusion tomorrow and use water on their eyeshadow and see how that, you guys, let me just tell you really quickly. Okay. Back in the day, Jackie, because I've been in Mary Kay now 43 years almost. Okay. Back in the day, we used to put a little cup of water by everybody's tray and mirror to mix their eyeshadow, which we would pour in their tray and mirror. Well, if you didn't give instructions properly, they dumped a whole bunch of water in there and they put it on their eyes and started dripping down the face. And that's when you had to be really good and say, oh, that looks so great on you, but not really. So I just want to share with you that you guys, when you have your eyeshadow done with water, do not put a lot of water on it, just a teeny bit to mix it. Okay. You see, I'm so old school, whatever. It doesn't matter. But that's fun. All right.
I don't care how old it is, it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Never gonna change.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. Okay, so now we're going to talk about something that always confuses me, but I love when you teach us, and this is contouring and highlighting. So I want to
Mhm.
show the colors here on the screen, and then we're going to talk about how to use them. First off, you're going to use our cheek color brush, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let me show the colors really quickly here so that you guys can see. We have two, not to confuse you, we make this really super easy. Above are the highlighter colors. We have glazed and honey glow. These are highlighters. Below, we have contours. We have cocoa on the right and latte on the left, okay? And so, Jackie, will you explain the skin tones before you show of who would use what here?
Yeah. So up at the top, I mean, really what's great about what I feel is great about all of these is really any skin tone can use these top two. If you're a darker skin tone, you're probably going to get more bang for your buck with this is the honey, or this is the glaze. This is the honey glow.
No, it's either the glaze or the honey glow.
Yeah, okay. So the deeper one that has a little more pink in it, that's going to be better for your deeper skin tones. Although I like using this as a highlighter, it's just on me, it looks even more like a blush, right? Because it's got more color in it. Then you've got the lighter one on the right. That's the one that, like for me, for a fairer skin tone, this is the one I like to use because it's not as much color in it and you get more just the highlight look, right? And then for our contour powders, again, similar thing for me. Like the one on the left, that's typically what a fair skin would go for. And then this deeper shade is going to be more appropriate for a deeper skin tone.
Okay.
Yeah, but it really also, to me, like I play with all of these. Depends on what kind of look I'm going for and how contoured I want to get and what I'm trying to do that day.
And by the way, we do have actually what they call a huge palette where you can purchase from your beauty consultant, and you can fill it in with contour, highlighter, blusher, and eyeshadow. It is a beautiful compact. Oh, that's you. Thank you for. Will you show that? There we go.
Yeah.
She has that compact. I have this one here, but that is a great one to take with you guys wherever you travel. And the great thing about Mary Kay is they pop in and out. That's magnetized. So Jackie, if you hold it up, it will not fall out. So it is stuck in there. So you know how some of those things, yeah, so it's a little crazy. But I love the fact that you can pop in and pop out and move things around. I feel like it's a little Ouija board puzzle in a sense. But
well, and it's sustainability too.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if you're looking for something that's a large compact like that, where you guys can pick like 8 eye colors, blushers, a couple blushers and contours and highlighters. Yes, the palette is great. So all of these here. This is a different one too. We have these. This is a little just a cheaper one, but it's it's good. I like. I'm sorry, it's more for display than anything. It's more like a display one, and they're both great. But I'm just saying, if you guys want to travel, that is a better one to travel with on all that. So let's talk about contouring and highlighting. Which one do you want to do first, highlighting or contouring?
So I thought maybe I would show you guys how I just do my whole cheek in general plus contour, so you can see me use a blush, a contour, and a highlighter, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And this is I do a variation of this every single day. So what I'm going to start with is I like to lay down my contour first. Now I'm going to go with the darker one just so you can see it a little bit better and you can see my placement.
And Jackie, can I ask you a question? Who would use contour and highlighting and why? I mean, it's a big buzzword out there,
Yes. So it's all in what you're wanting. It's all in the look you're going for, right? I know that like contouring and highlighting got super huge. It was like the Kardashians, and they were just really like, you would see these videos come out and it was like insane. Like it looked like clown makeup because it was like stripes everywhere. Like in daily wear, normal people, we don't need that. So what I think it's, if you want to bring your cheeks up a little, or the looks of your cheeks up a little, then it's highlighting up in this direction. It's contour applied up in this direction. Another place I really like to contour is here, because as I've gotten older, I'm getting, the little, thanks mom, but I'll do a little swipe using kind of this flat surface, the long end, and I'll apply it up to my ear, under my chin, and again on the other side of my ear, and then I'll come back and blend it down. And it's just gonna give me the look of a more slender, tighter jaw.
So do you contour or do you highlight first?
I like to put my contour down first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you, like I said, and so I'm taking the longer end of this brush here. You can see this longer end. This is the cheek brush. I'm gonna pick up this darker pigment here.
So which one are you using?
I'm gonna use the darker one, just so you guys can really see it. So I know you've seen so many different variations of techniques of how to contour, but I'm just gonna do what's really simple. I'm gonna do a little swipe here.
And that's the darker contour.
That's the darker, so you can really see it.
That's the cocoa.
That's the cocoa. And the other thing I'm gonna do is, like I said, is it's hard for me to see because of the light. I'm gonna do a little strip here. Okay, I don't know how well you can see that. Okay, and then after that, I like to come in with my highlighter, and I'm gonna use the darker one for that too, just so you can see it. And so for that, I'm gonna squeeze my brush so I can really get a nice line. So I'm gonna squeeze it, dip it into the product.
Can you show us how you're doing that, Jackie? Okay.
So then I just kind of swipe. I'm making a mess here,
It's okay.
but I'll press it and then I'll swipe it or just kind of dust it on there. Always tap to remove any excess. And then when I apply it, I'm actually going to, and you can do this when you contour too, but I'm going to come in with it right above that contour. I don't know if you can see the difference here. And then last thing I'm going to do a kind of a bright blush too, so you can see that. For blush, I like to just dip it. It's like just using kind of the whole surface area of the brush. I'll dip it in. And then I'm going to come in underneath. But I'm kind of going to, I like to put a lot of blush on because I just like a lot of color. I like a cheek that pops. So I'm kind of blending it in more, not just the apples of my cheeks, but further up to closer to your eye than you may or may not have thought to do. But again, using this technique and going further up on the face is really gonna give you a more lifted look. So I've got all the product in place. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blend. So I just use a tapping motion because I don't want to wipe it off. And then I'm going to come down here and gently blend her down too.
Your light's kind of going back and forth, but you can see.
Yeah, can you see?
Yeah, back up just a little bit. No, go forward. There you go. We can into the light is good. Yeah. So that's really blended nicely. Isn't that blended nicely?
So that's my everyday go-to. Like I always use all three products. I use the contour, I use the cheek color, plus I use the highlighter. A lot of times I like to throw in a bronzer too. So depending on what I'm doing again, and if I'm using a bronzer, what I'll do is I'll pick that up on my brush.
What's the color of blush you use? Somebody's asking.
Oh, that was the hot coral, because I wanted you guys to really be able to see it.
Wow, that's bright.
It's very bright, I know, and I love it. So then for a bronzer, if I wanted to bronze, what I would do is on top of what I just did, you just kind of add it where you would normally get sun. So I'm just going to tap that in almost like a C down in my jaw right here. So it's like I'm making a big 3. Can always do some of this to like make everything look a little sun-kissed. The other thing that sometimes I'll do is everything I just did, I'll bring it across the bridge of my nose. And so it just kind of gives you just a cute little flushing cheek result.
Looks great. That's good. Okay. Can you just say, so can you go over those 3 steps a little bit again? The first one you used was?
The first thing I did was the cocoa.
And see, I would be scared to death to use that color because I'm so white. So that's why, do you see my palette? It has one missing. You know why it's missing? And I put my hand here earlier, is because I don't have that dark color, because that dark color scares me.
Yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Because you really, if you use a lighter hand, because the lighter powder or contour powder is pretty light. And so you have to be really, really fair for that to show. But if you really want to get a sculpted look, I like to go with the darker. You can also, if you want to contour your nose, you just take a little bit of that and go here. I like using a concealer for that too, because it's got the perfect applicator. But the 3 steps are, yes, contour powder.
The dark one. And you just made a
The
stripe.
dark one. I just did a stripe, just a little stripe. And then I did my highlighter.
Where you squish the brush.
Squish the brush. Mm-hmm.
And you squish the brush like this.
Squish. Yeah, to make it kind of more flat.
Okay.
And really, if you're really getting in there and you're going to do some serious contour and you're doing down here and you're doing here and doing the nose and everything, you can flatten it as well, because if you're going to get into those really intricate areas. So I got my highlighter, and then what I did right now is I took my cheek color underneath it, and then I just blended all together. And honestly, you guys, my contour usually stays where I put it, but sometimes I'll do a little variation of my cheek may go further up here first, and then my highlighter's down here. It's really just like, it's so fun. You can do whatever you want to do, but just those are like 3 easy steps for me and then you just blend it all together.
Okay, what did you use for bronzer there?
Oh, I used a blush. Because honestly, a lot of our blushes make a really good bronzer, and golden copper is what I used.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
This actually, to me, can double as a bronzer.
Okay. Golden copper. Okay, perfect. And there's some darker ones too, aren't there, Jackie?
Yep. So yeah, darker, what I would say is Desert Rose is a really good bronzer too. The Desert Rose cheek, the blush.
Okay. Okay. Wow, what a difference, you guys. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, that is like so different when she put that on, and it just highlights and everything. Now, you don't put any powder over that, you're done. That side's done.
It's not a big powder girl. No.
I can put my powder brush away. Probably have
but that's the thing. It's all what works for you, and your makeup always looks flawless. So whatever you're doing, don't stop doing it. Don't let me come in here and change. Don't go changing.
All right, so let's go over tonight really quickly. And Jackie, you're amazing. So thank you for the contour, the under eye corrector. Now, if you guys, again, the under eye corrector goes underneath things. So it goes underneath for the blue and the dark circles and the redness. And then the concealer goes over the foundation. So you use the foundation and you put that over that. So, and the foundation, I'm always afraid that the foundation's on and we put that concealer over it, it's going to not blend correctly. So yeah, so I think that the way you showed it was good. Jackie did talk about the lip scrub. We do have a lip scrub, which is amazing. So we have satin lips, and that really will help also too. I want you to all try your watered eyeshadow, but use lip liner also too. So any other real quick tips you have for us tonight, Jackie?
So there's something else that we're seeing, and I think I may have even saw somebody on here when you were talking about the eyeshadows, but makeup finishing spray, something else that we're seeing. Now, I can't officially say this because we've tested it and have claims towards it. We do not. But what we're seeing a lot of people doing is taking their finishing spray, they're from Skindinavia, taking their finishing spray, spraying it and saturating like their foundation brush or their makeup sponge with it, then getting their foundation on it and applying it to the face to help extend the wear.
Wow.
Yeah, some say that it works. I can't officially say that, but no harm in trying.
There we go. All right, sounds good. Well, I just wanted to share with you guys tonight. Thank you, Jackie. We love you for all the tips and techniques. I think your face, half your face looks amazing. I hope half your face goes out tonight, or hope the other half catches up with it. I don't know. It's all good. But I do want to thank you for that. And I know everybody so appreciates everything that you do in our company and for being on here tonight. So stay on, everybody. But thank you. Give Jackie a big round of applause for that. All right. So a couple of quick things to share with you guys tonight before we close out. Just real quickly is tomorrow night. We have an amazing speaker tomorrow night, and she is absolutely amazing. You are going to love Kayla Shaw is on here tomorrow night. So if you guys are looking, or maybe you never thought that you'd ever do something like this, I don't think I ever thought I'd do this 43 years ago, but if you are a guest would you do your consultant a favor, because she's in a contest to see how many people she can get on tomorrow night? We're giving away not 5, but we're giving away 6 free e-starts, maybe 7 tomorrow night, opportunities to join Mary Kay. But come on and jump on and listen. It's always great to listen. If you could use, your product at a great discount and all that. So we do have that for tomorrow night. And then I do want to share with you next Wednesday, because we do have beauty events every single Wednesday, next Wednesday is skincare. And in the month of August, we're going to do a mother-daughter event. But next week is skincare. So if you're a guest on here tonight and you've not tried our skincare, make sure you get samples from your consultant. There's a sample packet she can send you in the mail, or that you can get. It is in Spanish, thank you, Yemi, and English. This one's easy for Yemi because she's got this one down. We do this a couple times a month. This was super easy for her. Otherwise, I make her crazy. So this is something that we're doing next Wednesday. So I wanted to share that with you also too. All right, well, we shared a lot of things that before we do our winners, I want to share some of the products that we went over so that you can see what you want to get from your Mary Kay Beauty Consultant. And you guys, please get something from your Mary Kay Beauty Consultant. She would love for you to grab some of these great products. So let's talk about this. Our products are very reasonable. So your contours are 14. You have cocoa and you have latte. If you guys want to take a picture of this, you can. Your highlighters are glazed and honey glow. And again, you can get all 4 of these, put them in one of those big compacts you can use, that's for sure. Your under eye corrector is 16. You're going to need the cheek brush also for your contouring and highlighting, especially the way it's angled, and also that you can smash it down. Your concealer is 16. And I would just suggest, consultants, you take a picture of this, and guests also too on that. And then, of course, we have our amazing waterproof lip liners with a lot of different colors. Your consultant can actually text you tonight an e-catalog. So you can look at not only these items, but other things also too. So text your consultant, say, text me an e-catalog. The eyeshadows, you guys, are only 8. And you can mix and blend, but I will tell you, one of the colors you really need to have is crystalline. Crystalline is the white color that can lighten all the other colors. So take a picture of these really quickly: the contour, the highlighter, the under eye corrector, the concealer, the cheek brush, the waterproof liners, and the beautiful eyeshadows. Okay, did we all get that? All right, sounds good. Okay, well, tonight the first thing we're going to do is give away is 8 mascaras. Now, let me just say, guests, please make sure your consultant's director or your consultant sends me an email with your address. We try and patch these things out, you guys, as soon as we possibly can. So as soon as you can get me an email, that is great. So we're going to put on here 4 mascara winners. So we're going to pause, put another 4 mascara winners on there, and then we're going to give away our Kate Spade and Kendra Scott tonight. So, oh my gosh, look, you already have 8 on there. There we go. All right. These are the people who won a mascara tonight: Brenda Clipson, Kathy Langlois, Tracy Jones, Cindy O'Neill, Rhonda Lyons, Dana Clatton, Tina Ferrandi, and Stephanie Matson. Is that 8? We got all 8. Guests of Mary, Linda, Penny, Lisa, Ashley, Brenna, Carol, and Michelle. Did everybody get that? We have, there we go, all 8 winners. Please make sure you see that. Okay, so you got that? All right, so now who is going to get, and I love my directors for this, so I appreciate this. I know I make you crazy. Boy, you guys put that up a whole bunch of times. Who is earning the Kate Spade cosmetic bag tonight? Put the name in for our first Kate Spade. Who is getting a Kate Spade cosmetic bag tonight? So let's see who the winner is of that. There we are. Thelma Crawford, a guest of Teresa Stewart. You're getting this beautiful Kate Spade cosmetic bag tonight. I hope you love that, girl. So put that down. All right. Now we're going to go to our Kate Spade earrings. Love our Kate Spade earrings. So who is earning our Kate Spade earrings tonight? And the winner is for our Kate Spade earrings. She's coming on there. I know you guys are typing your own name in there. That's hilarious. Okay, there we go. Kate Spade earrings is Robin Greenberg, a guest of Amanda Sims. You are getting these earrings, okay? Now, who is getting this really cute, do you not love this Kate Spade wristlet? Oh my gosh, so fun. So who's getting our Kate Spade wristlet tonight? All right, Kate Spade right there. Robin Hubley, a guest of Meg Springer, is getting this beautiful Kate Spade wristlet, okay? We'll get these patched out to you. Now, we have our first beautiful Kendra Scott necklace. It's our silver and gold one. So who is getting the first Kendra Scott? Can y'all see it? It's super pretty. It's gold. All right, it's a beautiful necklace. It is. It's a beautiful Kendra Scott. We all love Kendra Scott. Okay, Kendra Scott. All right, so don't say that Kate Spade there. Okay, Kendra Scott, Lupita Alvarez, guest of Danette Lynch. Lupita Alvarez. Did I say that right? Lupita. Yummy, did I say Lupita right? Yeah, okay. Guest of Danette Lynch, okay? All right, and then the last one, which is a beautiful silver, Kendra Scott necklace. You will love this one too. Who's getting this tonight? All right, the next one is this. Okay, just make sure it's not Kendra Scott. It's Deborah Hanley, a guest of Cecilia Jones, who is getting that beautiful necklace there. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, thank you, Yemi. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everybody who ran, Melanie and Kelly and Alice, all my behind the scenes girls who helped me with this. I will see all of you, and guests, please jump on with us tomorrow night. Just come on. Just text your consultant right now. I'll be on tomorrow night. I know you're in a contest. I'll help you out. Just help her out, okay? So be on tomorrow night so that you can hear. Kayla Shaw is going to be absolutely amazing. So thank you all for being on here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow or also next week on skincare. Thank you, everybody.